Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Cause my niggas, I stay bulletproof. Bulletproof. Wait, hold on, tell me what got into you. Into you. I search around the room like, where you? Where you? Friend don't step to me, I'm like, who you? Who you? And you can say what you wanna say, but I stay on this shit, that's everything. Yeah, cause my nigga, I stay bulletproof. Bulletproof. So tell me, nigga, what got into you?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Making Sense of Nothing. Episode 13. He wanted to skip 13 because unlucky 13, but we lucky because guess what we did?
We made it.
We finally hit 50 subscribers.
Woo!
Hey!
50 subscribers, baby. Episode 13, y'all. As of the day, we got 50 subscribers.
Yes.
We hit our first goal. Let's go.
You excited?
Yes, I'm
excited too. I'm
very,
excited
very,
too.
very excited. Very excited. Very excited.
Today. Oh.
Hey, well, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that bell so you know
Yes.
you can warn a brother.
Oh
gosh. All right, let's do this.
So corny. You had to give a shout out to the shirt, huh? Craziness. Okay, but on today's episode, we're going to talk about things that should get more news coverage. Like you hear, like sometimes a lot of stories that could be relevant, like
Yeah,
or
exactly.
very interesting, if nothing else. But you hear it word of mouth. You don't really see it like on TV or in papers or stuff like that. Or if you do, it's just like a little snippet, a little news flash, things like that. But there's some stuff that we would like, especially African American community, we would like to know these things.
A little more stuff about it.
And you know the game of telephone, you tell a story, by the time it gets to the 10th person, it's a totally different story, and it's not at all what happened. So, you know, we're just going to talk a little bit about things that deserve more news coverage, and we're also going to talk about backstabbing. You know, that whole betrayal thing, and how to handle it, like how, we'll give an example maybe or two, how we handle it, how we recommend handling it.
What they do? You gonna join?
I am done with you and the director. Cause that was not a new. That had nothing to do with nothing.
What? But they spell it in your face. All I want to do is take
So
your
yeah, so
face.
we're gonna talk about that too.
Oh Lord, so before we get started, y'all, because she ain't want to do it today, but this be your boy Miller, aka Miller
my
the
bad,
One.
y'all. I'm just so excited to talk about the topics that we hit 50 subscribers. I forgot to introduce us. But, and I'm your girl Q, aka Qlicious, aka Q the One. No, I'm just kidding. Man.
Still
Take that
mine.
man next line. But yeah,
Still
it's
my
Q,
name.
aka Qlicious. We're here with my dog,
I'm
Millie
doing it
Rock.
again. Miller, aka Miller the One, aka Miller the Great, aka I'm still here, aka whatever you want to call it. Just don't call me late to eat, baby.
Especially if it's some chicken.
Especially if it's some chicken.
Straight.
And before we get up in here, y'all already know what we're going to do before we get anywhere. We're going to start off by introducing our sponsor to everybody out there who don't know already. If y'all haven't found out, just go look at some previous episodes and y'all will see they been here. You know, they ain't weren't here for day one, but they believed in us from day like 4. So, hey, we here. You feel me? So, like I was saying, today's episode brought to you in part by Chris, clear, refreshing, clear bottle of water, y'all. Clear bottle of water. Just look at that. When you open it, y'all hear that? It's a party trying to escape up out of there. Clear bottle of water, baby. Like when it's hot, burning hot outside, trying to quench that thirst, trying to replenish the soul, trying to just cool down, you feel me? Open up a clear bottle of water, y'all. Take a sip for me. That was more than a sip, but I need one more. Clear bottle of water, baby. It's so good. You gotta look at it every time you take a sip.
I'm so fed up.
Wait. Hold on. Before you go there. Woo! My bad, y'all. Clear bottle of water so good. It's like having an orgasm in your mouth. Woo! Had to take a break for a minute. That was so good. Clear bottle of water, baby. Get at your local stores, you feel me? Best ingredients in the world, you feel me? It contains two things: greatness and water. And the water is what makes the greatness, you feel me? I'm just saying.
All right. So, thanks again for joining us. Hopefully, you'll really enjoy this episode. I have faith that you will.
And, y'all, the 4th of July was just this Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good time. You had a good time?
Was it?
Q came over. Her and her son came over. Our family members came over. We had us a decent little time.
Yeah, it was a really good time. The food was delicious.
Fireworks show. Went over to, what up?
My son went to swim.
Oh,
They swam over here. Let me see, it was barbecue, swimming, fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my son was like, he had a fit, he didn't want to leave. I was like, sir, it's late. We got to bathe, go to bed. We got stuff to do. He was not here for it. And we had to work 10 hours the next day. So in a perfect world, I would have been able to like drink but I couldn't even drink. I had a whole bottle of wine, but anybody that know me know a whole bottle of wine ain't. I might as well had a cup of Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? So like
I should have had a cup of Kool-Aid.
But it was like, so that don't even count. But it was. I had a good time. So thanks again for inviting me again.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I
asked V to make me my own pan of macaroni and cheese. That did not happen. I've been asking her for a lot of things and have not been getting.
I'm looking for that pan of macaroni and cheese because it didn't look like everybody ate it, and I couldn't find it.
I don't know. I wanted more, and I forgot to take some.
I was like, man, where is the mac and cheese at? Feel me? But y'all. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember on episode 7, we had our first guest, and it was my brother P. Right? And on the 4th, he was telling us about the clothing. Remember he was saying about the clothing? About a most uncommon known law. This law is a law in all the United States.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know about this.
Yeah.
And what he was bringing up, because my sister-in-law had her and her kids and her nieces and nephews and all that stuff dressed up in red, white, and blue American flag things.
And husband too. He had
I forgot when he came over here. So my brother came over and everything. He came on this motorcycle, y'all. He had to come on the motorcycle.
He thought he was something. Ain't nobody care.
Want to pull up on the motorcycle and stuff. And everything. Think he all that because he can drive on 2 wheels. Everybody else on 4.
Exactly.
But no, he brought it up and he was like, y'all know it's against the law to wear something that represents the American flag. So when you wear the stars and stripes and everything, that's against the law. But nobody really polices that. But it's really a federal law. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to use it as clothing, as anything other than the flag.
Right.
So if it has red, white, and blue with the stars, y'all, if it resembles the flag, we're not supposed to wear it. Right? I had on my Black America shirt. You feel me? I'm going to wear it one day on the podcast. Y'all can see what I'm talking about. But it's a black flag with black stripes, but the blacks are like 2 different tones, so you can tell that they're different stripes and everything. And then it has the stars, so it looks exactly like the American flag, just all black basically. Right. That's why I call it Black American flag, y'all. It's just a shirt that I love, but it's a Black American flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was like, you can't wear that one either, and I'm like, why not? So he was going through it and whatnot. So y'all, I just want to let y'all know, y'all, just something that we probably all don't know, that we not supposed to wear the American flag.
Yeah, it's like the U.S. flag code. Because when I was like, yeah, right, like he had me like pull it up on my phone, and he was like, Google U.S. flag code. And so I Googled it, and there it was.
Yeah, so we shouldn't be doing it, y'all. We gonna keep doing it, but we
I was gonna say it ain't gonna change nothing.
For real, we gonna keep doing it. But no, y'all. But you ready to get into these topics?
Yeah.
How we gonna do this? Which one we going for?
But first, let me tell my story real quick. Let me tell you, I was so excited, right?
Yeah.
So y'all know, like I love makeup, making all that. That's my jam, right? So, cause I don't have a lot of hobbies and stuff. So like the little stuff that I do like, I like go all in.
going?
You're distracting me from my story.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was thirsty.
All right. So y'all know CVS, right? The drugstore CVS. Y'all know they're giving you coupons or whatever. Like when you buy something from there, they give you like a 20-foot long receipt with like 12 coupons on it. And so I had a $5 extra bucks, I think that's what they're called, from there that was set to expire that day. So I'm like, bet, let me hurry up, go get this. Otherwise, I just lost $5. So let me go spend it somehow. So I go, my go-to whenever I don't really need anything to buy, but it's like, get something because you need to, like, and it's always at CVS. Like I have my extra bucks. I'm gonna use my goddamn extra bucks. So what I'm gonna get? So I usually get my son like a little toy or something, but it's usually makeup. So I sometimes get my son a toy.
Rewind this and say this again.
I sometimes get my son a toy or something, but I usually get makeup for me.
All right, I'm gonna say, did y'all see how she
Well, no, it wasn't getting my son no makeup.
She was like, I usually get my son a toy or something, but I got makeup. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
If I said it like that, that's not how
like, whoa.
I usually get him like a toy or something, but in the event I don't get him a toy, I get myself makeup.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna say my homie didn't get no makeup.
So I was looking and I was like, I really don't need nothing, but I can never go wrong with like eyeliner and lipstick. Like, never go wrong. So I was like, I'm looking, and L'Oreal had like get 2 L'Oreal products, get $6 extra bucks back. So I'm like, bet, I'm gonna get that. So I got 2 things, and then I got them, and then I got my $6 extra bucks or whatever. Anywho, so what I got is what the story is mainly about. So L'Oreal has this new lip color stuff. It's Infallible. And that's pretty much all it's called. It's like Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Eyeliner. And so I was like, let me get these. And these are like, I usually wear like reds and stuff. Dark, light, all that. So I got Rose, Blood, and Plum.
Plum.
Yeah, Rose, Blood, and Plum. And they're like awesome, but my favorite thing about them though is that they don't come off, like they stay. All of their Infallible stuff, because they have like concealer, foundation, all that. The Infallible part of it all is that it's like long lasting, you can wear it throughout the day, it don't come off. So the lip color, I was like, let me try it, because I tried the concealer, but I prefer matte concealer, matte foundation. But like with lip color and stuff like that, I try to experiment, because MAC don't really got no stay. Like I got a lot of MAC lipstick, and like you'll eat or you'll drink and it's like right off your lips. You got to put it right back on. So with this though, it don't come off. Like it stays on your lip.
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it stays. So I just recommend this for anybody that likes lipstick and stuff. They're like $10 a piece. Unless you go to CVS and you get your little extra bucks, all that, get your little discount, you feel me? So like you can do that.
Or you probably can find a discount on Amazon.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say we're gonna provide a link at the bottom here where you can get it on Amazon. Because I highly recommend it. Like I don't really tell people about the makeup that I buy. Like if they ask at work or something like that, or if people see me, like people ask me about my eyebrows all the time, and I like tell them. But other than that, I just don't really volunteer my makeup like that. But I've been telling people about. No, I just don't think about it. Like unless people like. I don't. Stingy. No, it's not stingy. I'll tell you in a minute. But it's just I have it on my face, so it's not on my mind, you know. Yeah. But this is. I was like, oh my God, I gotta tell people about this. This is life. So all my friends that like lipstick, get it, the Infallible L'Oreal. Click on the link, order it, have it sent straight to your house. Get it. It's probably gonna be cheaper there anyway. So do that. Highly recommend it. Highly. So
there it is, y'all.
There's that. And to all my guy friends and all you guys out there watching, thank you for listening to my spiel. But if you know me, you know how I feel about my makeup. So there's that. So let's go ahead and get into these topics.
There you go. Let's get into them. Let's jump right in, boss.
All right. So what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about stuff that should make the news? You want to talk about backstabbing?
I don't know.
Well, let's talk about backstabbing. We'll go ahead and... Because with the news, there's probably going to be a lot of different stuff. So we'll get into with that. So... have you ever been backstabbed before?
Song still in.
All right, y'all. Want to thank y'all for joining us for another episode. I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
I just have to get to that. What they do.
No, you didn't have to get to that.
Yes, because you can't start it without that. What they do. Had to get that water. Let me see. Have I ever been backstabbed before? Have anybody ever went and waited till I turned my back and just stuck the knife right down in the inside, turned it, and then pulled it out and pushed it back in and turned it again and pulled it out? Let's see. Ooh, have I ever been backstabbed? Yeah. I think I know of one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been backstabbed once before. I'm lying. I've been backstabbed multiple times before, but by one person. By
Okay.
the same person. I don't know if I can't recall the time being backstabbed by someone. No. I don't know if you can call that a backstab. All right, so yeah, I have been backstabbed before. I don't know if you can call it. So the one that I don't know for sure if it's a backstab, maybe you can help me and let me know if that's considered a backstab.
Okay.
So remember I told you when I went to jail and whatnot, and then when I got out, I had an opportunity to sue the state and Miami-Dade Police Department or whatnot because I was in jail for 11 months for no reason, and they knew that it was for no reason, but yet so they kept me there, right? And there was a guy that I knew him when he was in the streets. He used to sell drugs, do everything, but then he got shot like 4 or 5 times, almost died. His dad was a pastor. They got him put in rehab, went to church, started going to church. He went to school to be a pastor. Now he was a pastor and whatnot. And me and him was cool, and he was like, yo, I helped you get like a job coming out. He helped me get a good job with the monkeys and everything. And then he told me, he was good friends. And then I was telling him about it. I said, I'm thinking about going ahead and sue like I was told that I should do, so I'm going to do it. And he was like, no, the Lord bless you to get out, blah, blah. You don't have no record, no this, no that. You shouldn't do that and whatnot. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this man's word. I'm going to go ahead and just let it go. I don't want the police to be on my back. You feel me? Because if you see the police, warn the brother. You feel me? But long story short, he got mad at me one day because they gave me his position and demoted him. But it wasn't on me. It's not like I went and asked for it. But he did. He got mad at me. I didn't realize he was mad at me. So I didn't know he was mad at me. And this was before he told me about the not doing what's called. Right. So, all right, y'all. So when I was coming back in the building where we get changed at, because like I was saying, where I worked with monkeys, and we couldn't wear regular clothes. We had to wear clothes that was from there, and we couldn't leave there with those clothes. The clothes had to stay there because it was a special way they had to get washed and everything. So I'm coming in, get ready to change so I can go off to lunch, right? And as I'm walking in, I hear him in there talking, like, man, that nigga stupid. That nigga stupid. Like, shoot, I would have sued. But I got him wrapped around my finger. He do whatever I tell him. He's so stupid, He think he can just take my job, take my position, act like I wasn't going to get him back. And I'm like, wow. Wow, I thought we was boys. I thought we was cool. And this dude, so I don't know if that's considered a backstab. Stabbing in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was backstabbed by a pastor guy. Supposed to be a pastor.
Did you let him know that you heard him?
Oh yeah. Not right at the beginning, not then. I stayed and I listened some, and then I stayed back and I let like some weeks and stuff go and everything, and I would intentionally let him go in ahead of me and stuff, like not knowing that I'm coming, and then I'll go in intentionally behind him and stuff, and then kind of find out it was even more. He was just going more and more in. But every time we was together, we was still eat lunch, and when I didn't leave to go eat lunch, because we had a little lunch room in there, he'll sit down in front of me. We talk about sports and all type of junk. We used to
How could you sit and talk to him?
They used to give us 2 20-minute breaks. And on our last 20-minute break, we all play volleyball because our last 20-minute break, they always give us basically another hour. Because we play volleyball because of everybody, all the managers, everything. So we all in there, And he'll always be on my team, and we be like high-fiving and jump like that. And in my head, like, damn.
Wow.
This nigga is like keeping this jump up good. So it was like, yeah. So if that's what you, I think that's a backstab, but I'm not for sure if you can consider that as a backstab. But yeah. So I did have a backstab before. And then another time for that is when me and my kid's mom broke up when we separated, before we got divorced, before everything was like really official. We was separated and everything, and I was like, I'm done for. And then kind of find out she started sleeping with this dude that I couldn't stand. He couldn't stand me, I couldn't stand him. We got in a fight before me and her got together. We fought before, after me and her got together. Like, we had a big brawl fight where she was involved in with me and my brothers against them and their people. Big ass, like, street brawl and everything. And then me and her supposed to be separated, and she go and, like, sleep with buddy, like, my enemy. And I'm like, yo, I don't, even if we not together, why would you go sleep with my worst enemy? Like, what kind of crap is that? Like, you could have slept with anybody else in the world, but that's who you go sleep with? So I was like, so I don't know if that's considered backstab, but I just take that as a backstab.
I would consider that one,
bro, like, I know we ain't together, but you went and slept with my worst enemy. Like, you could have slept with anybody but my worst enemy. So it was like,
people do stuff like that, like, intentionally to, like, hurt another individual. Because, like, it could have just been, I'm going to hurt him by sleeping with somebody else, but it's like, you know what's going to fuck him up? Like, if I did, like,
And the bad part about it is, that didn't even fuck me up, because it was just like, it just solidified the fact that I knew, oh, okay, so this really is over. All right, it really is. Like she made sure, because of when I made the decision, it was because of something she did, and then when I went ahead and like, you know, it's still been on your mind, because it's my wife, she got my kids, and it's like, man, I need to make this better, like that, and try to, you know, it was still in my head, and then when I seen that, I was like, and then, you know, she told me, well, it ain't like we together anymore, so it shouldn't, okay, let this, let's I guess. So those are my times. That's the only 2 times I can remember being backstabbed, y'all. Can't remember any other times.
Buddy had you fucked up though, the one you worked.
Yeah, the one I worked there. Yeah, that was.
You good though, cause that same day I'd have been like, I'd have let him finish. Them like, oh yeah, like it was, like, so that's how we feel. Like, okay, all right, it was some shit. Furniture would have had to been moving. Like, man. But as long as he eventually knew that you.
Yeah, eventually I brought it to him. But what about yourself? You ever been backstabbed?
Well, luckily, I will say, before I give my story, that it's also not something I have a lot of examples of. But the one that sticks out the most, like the one scenario where I just literally felt like I needed to reevaluate, like, all of my friends and things that they're capable of, like stuff like that, because it's just, sometimes people do shit that you wouldn't expect, just like in the event with your ex-wife. But I remember one time back when I was in college, my it was someone that was one of my best friends, but I hadn't talked to her in a while. But that's just because, you know, people be busy, people work, school, and all that, so you just, even though, like, we lived in the same town, I just didn't see her that much. We didn't talk all the time, but when we did talk, it was still like 2 peas in a pot. But so, like, one day I had talked to her, like, I had called or texted or something. No, it was a call, and I was just like, you know, how you been? What up? I ain't talked to you in a couple weeks. Like, how you been? Da-da-da. So we like catching up, and I was like, oh yeah, I just started talking to this dude. He's on the football team. Like, I was like, she, like, a lot of me and a lot of my friends, every guy that we dated or had any dealings with was on the football team. Not on some groupie shit. It's just like that's where most of the black dudes ended up that was in my town. So if you were talking to a black dude, more than likely he was affiliated with a sport there. That's how that was. But anyway, so I was like, oh man, yeah, he was from Florida. He was from Fort Lauderdale though. Yeah, he was from Fort Lauderdale. And I was just like, oh man, like, he's awesome. Like, I just, like, everything about him, y'all, like, I was like infatuated with him. Like, I would be at work like, he made me breakfast today. We did, like, it was just like, you know, when you just like young and like everything he could do no wrong. And I was just like, yeah, he got practice, so I'm gonna see him after practice or whatever. Like, just like stupid shit. But anyway, I really, 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 like, really liked him. So one day, and mind you, she was like, oh yeah, like, and I'm telling her his name, and I'm like, yeah, he be with so and so and so and so, and she's like, oh yeah, I never seen him. I see them all the time. I never seen who you talking about. She was like, oh, I'm so happy for you, just like all this, right? So, and I'm like, bet. So me and him still hanging out. He's still like at my house all the time. I'm still hanging out with him all the time, going to the games, practicing, all that. And one day, so I see her coming out of her house, and who comes out of her house with her but him? Like, I think I was like driving my car or something I saw, and I was just like, And she was one of my, like I told y'all last episode, like I got friends that's just like straight up hoes that'll tell you in a minute, like I'm a hoe, like, or I used to do hoe shit, like they own that shit. She was one of them. Like, if you would call her hoe, she'd be like, yeah, accurate. Like, so off top, I'm like, they're fucking, because that's what she do. Yeah. So there's no, he was picking something up for somebody, or I just met him. Like, she was fucking him. So it took me a second, because like I said, I really, really liked him. So I was like, I didn't know how to react right away, like, because I had never been in a situation like that. So I was just like, do I like go spaz out? Like, what do I do? So I went home. And at first I was like, I was going to wait to say something to him, but I couldn't hold it in. So I called her and I was like, so how you doing? And she's like, nothing. And I asked her, like, how you been doing? Like, what you been up to all day? And da-da-da-da. And just like asking her questions that would make her, that some of her answers should have been me and so-and-so or just anything, but everything was, and just like little stupid shit that made it sound like she was by herself the whole time. I was like, so I saw you and so-and-so leaving your house. And she's just like, I am so sorry, Q. When you were telling me about him, like I knew who he was and all that. I just couldn't believe that you and me were, or like you were talking to somebody, or like so head over heels with somebody that I had any dealings with, and I was like, oh, so you knew who he was when I was even telling you that stuff? And she was like, well, I knew who he was, but it wasn't like that. Like me and him just started being what we got going on like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, but you knew that I was fucking with him. I was like, so why wouldn't you at least tell me, like, Q, he trying to get at me or something like that? Then I wouldn't have even been mad, because it would have been on him. But you continue to have going-ons with somebody that you knew that I liked. So you knew that I was crazy about. So, I told her I didn't want nothing else to do with her. Like I was done. Like, I thought we was good. You gonna let this nigga come and fuck up a friendship that was some years going on at that point. Because we was friends since freshman year. So, it was just like...
So, what year was this?
This was maybe like... either our 4th or 5th year. Yeah, there. It was somewhere in there, but I think the 4th, yeah. But it was, I was done, and then things didn't work out with them. It was just what it was. And then, do you know that she told me, she was like, oh well, I knew who he was when you guys were talking, but I never really talked to him like that until some of the other guys on the football team introduced him to her on some like, oh, I know a girl that you could fuck with type shit, like, and I'm like, so like they just introducing you niggas to you, and you just like I was just like, so it was just crazy. Like, and she apologized afterwards, like after things didn't work out, she came back and apologized again, and was like, it wasn't even worth it. It didn't even work out. Like, I fucked up our friendship for nonsense. And then he ended up coming back to Florida. Like, he didn't even do like 4 years of football or anything. He did like 1 or 2 and ended up coming back down here. But he told me, like, he called me several times, even like as recently as when I moved to Florida. Like, when I was in Fort Lauderdale, he still was like, you're the one that got away. Like, I was so stupid, like, when I found out that, because I guess he didn't know we were friends in the midst of it. He was just being a nigga, because niggas gon' nig, that's what they do. So he was just being a nigga, like, trying to fuck with everybody that he could, I guess, I'm assuming, because he was fucking with her, so I'm assuming he was fucking with other people too. And
y'all was in college. Yeah,
that, and he was from another state, you know what I'm saying? So he probably being like, for real was the last thing on his mind. But he was like, you the one that got away, like, I fucked up, it wasn't, like, and I was just like, bruh, like, no, you got one time to try me like that. So I don't know, it was fine. And he was cute too, but I just...
But you don't think that you caused some of that?
What I caused? How I caused anything? How did I cause anything?
Because you broke the code.
How I break the code? What code?
By telling somebody all the good stuff.
But I didn't say it's not, no, just... I like regular good stuff. I didn't go like in depth with like personal stuff.
Yeah, but still.
But just like, oh my god, like he's also, and it's like my friends.
But you were
know.
young though. You were young though.
I was young,
yeah, so.
And my friends know like I've always been the same in the aspect of like. In my mind, niggas gon' nig, so don't fall for these niggas like that. Like, if you like somebody, like, take your time, like, figure out what you like about them. If you could see yourself in a relationship, like, that's why I like be single, because I be like, I know what I want, and if it's not readily available to me, like, if that person don't got it, then I'll wait. Like, I don't gotta be in a relationship. Like, all the stuff that comes in relationships, I feel like you can get that while you're single. Like, aside from like. You know, like, there's some stuff that obviously you get in a relationship. Like, I'm not, like, oblivious to that. But as far as, like, intimacy, like, if you want quality time every now and then, even, like, somebody just to talk to, stuff like that, like, I can get that stuff single. Like, all the stuff that comes with relationships, that's not a necessity in my life right now. So I'm content not having relationship stuff right now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so... That was like the only time. That was like I was really like, and I was more mad at her than him because niggas go nig. So it's like he ain't shit. So carry on. But you my dog, you could have. You feel me? So it was. I was like really crushed for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, you fucking cute-licious. What are you doing? Why are you moping around? Get your shit together. I got back on my A game. You feel me? So like. But yeah, it was. She apologized for a while after that.
Is it that in those type of situations, man? I don't. Other than like, yo, man, I got this girl. She cool as heck. We chill. We this. We that.
Yeah.
I don't give out all.
That's how I am now.
Too many good details. Like, man, you know but then I got up this morning and she cooked me a nice breakfast. I don't even get that. I don't get none
Jesus.
Of that. Because you never know, like with my homeboys,
but
my
there are
inner
some
circle.
friends that
yes,
you know.
My homeboys in my inner circle, yeah, that's it. Because we been us since high school, since middle school, so it's like that. And then most of them are my brothers, so it's that.
Yeah.
But friends that I make along the way, if I know them 2, 3 years, 4 years, and we real cool, they don't get that. Information. Like, I don't want you to ever wonder, man, I wonder if it's as good as he say it is. Man, I wonder if it's, I never want to get, nah, we good. We good, bro. So how you and your girl doing, man? Doing good, man. How she been? Hey, she been cool, man. You got anything happen with y'all lately? Yeah, we went to the movies, went home, looked at TV. You know how we are. We just sit in the house all day looking at TV. Hey, cuz, all right. Don't walk out your business. Let me be in my boring.
Yeah, that probably, especially for with some girls too, though. Like, I know I would like to think of my friends, the ones that I know that you might not want to give too much detail, but I'm really good with picking my friends, and I don't call everybody a friend. So the people that I call friends are people that I genuinely feel like I could tell them shit, and they would be like, all right, well, that's cute, nigga, so I don't care. Like, that's good for her, like, and they go about their business. Yeah, and most of my like friends have a lot of their own nigga situations going on, so they have no desire for nobody else's shit. Like, they be like, well, I got 7 over here, so like oh, all right, so they don't care about my one or whatever I got going on.
Yeah, I understand you on that.
Yeah.
But, so that was all backstabbing situations.
How'd you get over it though? Before we move on, like how do you get over? Or how do you, like, now, because all of that stuff was kind of a while ago.
But how do I get over it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm the type, like with my ex-wife thing, I'm the type of person that, with the way I am, because of the way I was brought up, is that, well, that's what you want, then all right, then whatever, and go about my business. Yeah. And a lot of people be like, bruh, that, like, how can you just let something go so easily? Don't care, don't that make it seem like you never really did care, you never really was in love. Yeah. And it's not that. It's just that y'all, I grew up before I entered foster care and all that stuff there, grew up very, very, very poor. So it was so the junk that we went through during those 4 times, I have not yet found anything that amounts to that.
Right.
So there's nothing that has happened ever in my life that can go to that point that would make me feel some type of way about it and make me want to start moving, because it's like, man, if we was able to get through that, we was able to move through that, we was able to survive during that time, then nothing that can be thrown at me right now can make me be like, oh man, and get me down.
Yeah.
So I literally can just let go after a day, and a day of like, I'll probably be sad or something like that, or it probably be still in my mind, like lingering with me for a while, but it won't slow me down. You'll be like, dang, he is out just like nothing that just happened or something. And it's because it's like, I'll be like sad, and then I'll be like, dang, Miller, that ain't nothing. You feel me? And it's just like, obviously they didn't. Obviously she didn't want you like that. Or obviously she didn't really want to be with you like that. Or obviously the love wasn't that strong. And boom. And then the same thing with Buddy. It's like, well, look, it's your fault. Like, it was, when it's all said and done, it was my decision to listen to him or not, and I didn't. So I have to take that. You feel me? I got to take that ill, because that's an ill that I chose. He presented it to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
He was like, red or blue. I chose. I could have said blue. I could have said red. I said no, neither one of them. You feel me? So that's how I am with just about everything. It's just like, I look at it and see, where do I share the blame at?
Right.
And then take it and own it. And then, is this anything that gonna stop me? Is this anything worse than what I've been through before? Because of the stuff that I've been through before was so bad, and it didn't stop me. Why would I let this little? So that's how. So when it's backstabbing stuff, I get over it real quick. It's like, I don't know, just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
2 tears in the bucket. Keep on moving.
Yeah. It's probably for the best, usually, because with backstabbing, it's one of those, like, it's because there's some stuff that you can get like extremely mad about, like fighting mad about, but usually with backstabbing comes a whole lot of like emotion that's kind of like you don't really know how to place it, because it caught you out of nowhere. So it is, you like, in this, like, even with the situation that I was in, it's kind of one of them, like, I didn't know you were capable of that, so like I'm good on you. Like, you're not worth anything else. Like, I've always said, like, I would never fight over a dude. It would have to be some magic special kind of situation that I would fight over a dude. Like this, I'm not one of the girls that's gonna do that. Like, so with that, it was kind of easy to just be like I could have like cussed her out, like I could have, but it's just like, you showed me what you're capable of. Everything that you've ever said, as far as I would never do nothing like that, all that, clearly you were lying, so now you're also a liar. Like, it's just so much of this. It's like, you better out of my life. So like, I mean, and I might be fucked up about it for a while because you backstabbed, like you didn't see it coming. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm better off keeping you at a distance, and like, I know what it is, and I'm gonna just get closer with the people that I know that have yet to do anything other than indicate that they're there for me and would never have me fucked up like that.
Yeah, I feel you. So
yeah.
But y'all, I just say, when if it ever happened, and God forbid that it doesn't happen to any of you, but if it ever do, just look at it as if now that person showed their true self, and it's better that they show their true self now than later, because whatever they backstab you for this time, if it would have been prolonged, it could be something even worse. Yeah. So it's like, you got to, man, if some of the eggs fall out, you got to take the rest of that dozen and go on about your business. I mean, feel me?
You can still make an omelet or something.
For real, make an omelet out of that. Man, you bought a dozen of eggs and you wanted to boil them all, and 3 or 4 of them dropped out and cracked. Make a scrambled eggs and deal with that. Take those other ones and boil them.
Yeah. Or you could hand them out or something.
Something like that.
You don't want to fuck up your cholesterol in there. Alright, well, so, news. What's some stuff this month? Because it's been a crazy July. It seems like it's been a lot of stuff that nobody talking about, that just been like randomly popping up on people's phones, and we got killer cockroaches, and it's just like so much stuff going on that nobody know about until one person hear it, and then so like, what's some articles?
I don't know. I think what this segment is more about the things that should be covered more. That's not getting that much covered.
Yeah.
All right. The biggest one is human trafficking.
Yeah.
Human trafficking, y'all, is bad. Like it's crazy bad that it's so much of it happening here in America that you don't hear about it that much on the news.
Right.
Like I can turn the news on and hear about some of the craziest and stupidest junk, but then you don't hear about the runaways that are now being sex trafficked to be prostitutes, or working on somebody's farm because somebody went and kidnapped these kids and now they're forcing them into working on people's farms or doing sexual acts and things like that. And I was reading up today, and they were like, y'all know Super Bowl. This coming Super Bowl is in Miami, and they said Super Bowl brings out the most sex trafficking cases ever. Anytime during the Super Bowl, that city has the most sex trafficking cases ever, because it's like sex traffickers cannot resist it. They cannot resist going there because that's money made.
Yeah.
That's money made. They said from 2010, since 2010 all the way till now, sex trafficking has been a $32 billion industry in America. 32 billion. And during Super Bowl time is when they make the most money. They said they make these kids, not just females, but the boys, everything. These kids have sex 20 times a day, every day for the whole Super Bowl. But yeah, y'all, so they was just saying like during Super Bowl time is where all the traffic, like so much of it happens in one area. Like the cases, so they already ready. Like Miami-Dade County, the state attorney's office for Florida, everything, they already like gearing up right now for something for February.
Wow.
They gearing up for it right now because they know how they could have so many cases because they got these kids going, and these kids, and grown people too, not just kids.
Yeah.
But they're taking grown people and trafficking them. And they make them, like I said, they say they make them have at least 20 times a day, every day for 5 straight days for the whole Super Bowl week. 20 times a day, 5 days a week.
Doing having sex?
Having sex. During Super Bowl. Because these people, see y'all, this is the thing. A lot of people come from all these other states, and when it's in another state, people from Florida go to those states, so I'm not excluding Florida. But people come from all these other states, and they come down here for the football, and they come in for Super Bowl week and all that there. And then they want to have sex, so they call these people, and they call it, and they tell them what they want. Oh, I want a young, I want this, I want that. They know that this is wrong. They know that these are kids. They know that these women are being forced into it, but they don't care because it's just a week or a weekend that they're down here for. They get in a quick fix and they move on.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is the news is not reporting how often this stuff is happening. It's not reporting how often this stuff is happening. I think it should be on the news every day, letting people know, giving people signs. It's like we need to do one of these things like drug awareness. We need to do some programs for like trafficking awareness and things like that. Letting not only training officers and the paramedics and all that stuff there to be able to notice it, but train the public. Train us to know how to spot it out.
Yeah.
So even if you don't know for sure, at least tell someone and let them go find out and see if it's for sure or not. Because if you see a girl walking on South Beach around Super Bowl time, look like she in some shit she shouldn't be in, like this little girl shouldn't even be on the beach at this time of night, and you just look at that's a shame they let their kids come out like that and keep going. Bro, that's one of those signs like, yo, So it's like that's one of the things I think that need to be covered a lot more in the news, and it's not.
One thing that I didn't really think about in relation to human trafficking, like because of course like it's been mentioned in media and stuff like that, because I mean like how else would we know about it? So of course we're saying that it should just be mentioned more. But one thing, even with what I have heard on the media, when it comes to human trafficking, it seems like it's always been associated with sex trafficking. Like human trafficking equals sex trafficking. But when I was reading, they also pointed out child labor, as far as like, you know, like working in factories and stuff like that, and then also forced labor. But I never really thought about those things. I knew those were things that happened. I knew there was child labor. I also knew there was forced labor. But I didn't put it together that it was all under human trafficking. Like people are getting kidnapped and, you know what I'm saying, manipulated into doing these things. Like, that's crazy. Like men, it's a big percentage of men get trafficked. Like, and I was just like, men, like I'm thinking women and children. That's the first thing that you think of, like younger women and children. But it's like they're like a great, like almost 80% of it. It's like people in their 20s, but then or women in their 20s rather, but there's also men, and then they got the kids too. But it's just like I never thought of it like that, you know, that it's like all under that same umbrella.
As I know earlier, you said something when you was telling me about it, that it was like, whoa, I didn't know that either. When you said the percentage, like 85% of human traffickers, human trafficking, the victims, 85% of the victims is not even in the sex part of it. Yeah. 85% of it is in labor. Yeah. Forced labor, child labor, something like that. Is that. That's crazy. You would think that it'd be 85% of them are being forced to have sex, and then the other 15%.
Because when you hear about it, they're talking about the sex.
Sex, yeah. But they're not telling us about the people that these people who still running these forums and don't want to sell their form because they don't want people to buy it, and they making their money that way, but they trying to cut ways, and they're getting these kids sold to them. They're getting these kids sent to them and all type of junk to run their forms and stuff. And
it's probably overlooked for that reason, because the stuff in the farms we're benefiting from. Yeah. So it's probably mentioned, just like in the article that I read, like it's out there, but it's like how much is going to get put into stopping it when they're getting us the cocoa that we're wanting, and the cotton, and these minerals and beans and fruits. Like, we're getting all that. So it's like, they're probably like, we can get these kids to do it, you know what I'm saying, for the low. It's just like, let's focus on sex. Let's just focus on that.
And y'all gotta understand, y'all. This is what we found while we were looking at it. One of the main corporates of this corporates of this country-wise, Brazil, is always on the list. Just like anything that comes from Brazil is child labor and forced labor. Yeah. You feel me? Just like anything that comes from Brazil. If you get it from Brazil, it's child labor and forced labor, y'all. It ain't they taking people from their cities, taking people from their towns, taking people from their house, throwing them in factories, throwing them in fields, and forcing them to work. China's another one, always on the list. Brazil, always on the list. China, always on the list.
A lot of the stands, like Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, like a lot of those were on the list, and I was just like, I wouldn't have even thought those were.
It's crazy how so many people, y'all, and like we say, it's not just the sex part of it, because we found out only 15% of the people that get trafficked is forced into the sex life. Yeah. The other 85% is forced into manual labor. Yeah. Forced labor on kids, forced labor on grown people. And right here in the United States, y'all, when y'all go to those forums and y'all see they say, oh, we got these kids, we adopt them, we do this, we set up this program where the government is funding the program for them to raise kids, kids that's the youth that's in trouble and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They take them out the inner city and take them to these places to work on to go on these forms. They're supposed to be teaching them how to build a better life, to teach them how if you grow your own stuff, you appreciate it more, to teach them that stuff. But in reality, they probably, let's say 10 kids go to that group from that program,
Mm-hmm.
but they got 50 of them there.
Yeah.
But they use that to cover it up, but we don't get the news for that.
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's one of the things I think we need more news coverage on. Another thing is a little lighter than that. Is the gang violence. A lot of and maybe in other states, where gangs are very popular at, they probably get a little more gang violence stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't hear it on the national news stations as much.
Yeah.
But and here in Florida, you rarely hear anything about
you
gang
would think
violence.
that it's not really a big deal
Yeah,
anymore.
you was like, ain't no gangs in Florida. The 80s are gone. All that stuff is gone. You think there's no gangs in Florida. But then, next thing you know, you hear, oh man, they had this sex trafficking thing blown up, just June. Yeah, last month was June. Just last month, a sex trafficking thing went up where these gang members was going, taking kids and using them as sex trafficking and things like that. I read things like that. And then not just that, they have gangs that are running drugs and things like that. And like just 2-3 days ago in Parai, this family and a whole bunch of other people got riled up by the feds and the DEA and stuff like that, taking people to jail. But the people who live right there in Parai knew that this was happening.
Yeah.
The police arrested these people every now and then, things like that. But nobody made there was no big news on it.
Right.
And the only time the news got big is when they went and the feds and the DEA went and just rounded all these people up the other day, and now it's out there, and then that's going to be gone. As if all the gang stuff, all the drug cartels, all the things that should be mentioned more in the news are not.
And that's like something I still haven't heard or read or saw anything about it. The only reason I know that it happened is because people from the area, because we work kind of in that area, so like people in the area talking about it. But if it wasn't for co-workers or just people that I'm around mentioning because they knew somebody that was in that family or something, I would never have known it happened. Like I'd have been like, what? Like
and it's like come on now, we the other day I look on the news and it's like it is an issue. The other day I'm looking on the news and it is an issue, y'all. We know it's an issue. The lizards, the iguanas here in Florida, is getting crazy out of control.
How so?
They're saying that they just overpopulate and they're getting crazy out of control. Like we gonna have to start randomly just killing them, and they trying to find a way to keep us from just killing iguanas.
Yeah.
Like just
like the little ones that don't really hurt you.
No, the big ones. All of them. The big Godzilla looking ones.
No.
Growing, those things are going out of control.
No.
Like, you can't go by any body of water lately without seeing one of those things. And then you see these weird kind of lizards that's going around everywhere. The colorful lizards, the lizards that's like black, brown, green, and yellow color, oranges and red. Like I never seen lizards like that when I was younger.
Oh really?
And now I see these lizards like everywhere. And they're getting crazy. But I understand that it's a problem. But I don't see how that is big of an issue than sex trafficking, human trafficking, gang violence, drug related incidents, like other than like the big shootouts or something like that. I think they should just cover more stuff in our local news on a local level.
Yeah.
And then instead of me going and watching a local news station and hearing more national news than local news, or when I do hear local news, it's man running from police crashing into a tree, something like that. Somebody hit somebody with a car. Yes, we need to know that. But let us know all this other stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
You feel me? I understand Miami's a big city, but when I was down in the Keys, down in Marathon and Key West and all that there, if you went to jail from jaywalking, You got cited for jaywalking. If you was drinking in public, went to jail, got a citation or something, guess what? The next day, you look in the newspaper, that junk was there.
Wow.
So I'm not saying put every little thing in the newspaper, none of that.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is let stuff be known more often. That's all I'm saying, y'all. We need to let as a town, as a city, as a state, as a country, we need to push some of these things out. We don't hear about runaways no more. But more than 60% of the drug trafficking, human trafficking come from runaways.
Yeah.
But we don't hear, it's like, dang, is that many people running away? Well, I never hear about.
Yeah, you don't.
But yeah, you feel me? Well, I never hear about people. You telling me they can't put that up? You telling me we need, what was the show that used to have, look for missing kids and stuff, just come on TV? Like, it was like American Most Wanted. But
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you telling me we need that show to come back to start thinking about missing kids and runaway kids and stuff like that? We need a TV show to help us out, or we just can't have the news reporting
one thing that I noticed,
away.
It seems like, well, when I was in Minneapolis, when I lived there, it seemed like when crimes were committed locally, they were pretty good. Even though it was a big city, they were pretty good about putting it on the news, putting it in the paper, letting people know what's going on. Down here, I feel like I know about stuff that's happening in Fort Lauderdale than I do in the part of the city that I live in. Like, it just seems, there have been like murders this year, for instance.
Exactly.
At my house they DVR the news because everybody be at work, so they DVR the news like the 6 o'clock, like certain news is, you know what I'm saying, and it's not there. Like, you would just be like, somebody real life died.
Yeah.
Like they were walking on the street, got shot, dead. Why is that not on the news? But in some stuff they will report, like, it blows my mind.
Yeah,
like, why was that not
why would you report that?
Like, the one that recently happened with the lady that, I think she was pregnant, right? She got killed at the park, yeah. And I think the reason that was a big thing is because she was pregnant, she was on a table in the middle of nowhere, and kids found her. So that made, like, oh my God, like, that was a big thing. And it should have made the news. Like, that is something that definitely should have. But there's a lot of people that have been shot and domestic violence related stuff, like stuff that's not getting, like, why? It don't make the paper. It don't make anything. Like, why do I only know stuff because somebody lived on that street and saw a commotion and went to go see what was going on? Like, that's not my news. Like, Kiki telling me what happened yesterday night.
It's not it's the thing.
So I don't understand.
And it's a shame, yeah, because when it's all said and done, if they reported it more, then maybe more will happen in that area to try to stop it.
Yeah.
But if they don't report it, like if a kid got kidnapped, if a kid ran away right now in our neighborhood, if I don't know the families or the friends of that child, I don't know that child is missing.
Exactly.
But they call and they tell the police that their child is missing, and the police go and do their investigations. But how are the police gonna find this child by themselves? You ain't gonna find them all by yourself.
No.
You need your community. So
if
cover that
alert,
in the
we
news.
don't know.
Exactly. Cover it in the news. Show it in the news. It's okay, J-Lo finna get married to Alice Rodriguez. Okay, whatever. It's okay. What's the name? Got a new hairdo. Whatever. Okay, Kanye West had a spill or something. Yeah. It's like whatever. You know, Cardi B finally shows culture off to the public. You can run that on every news station.
I'm very surprised you don't know stuff like that.
It's all, we understand that. We understand that. Y'all use y'all entertainment news section for that.
Yeah.
But you see that stuff in the regular news. They can go from tractor trailer turns over on the turnpike, blocks the 5 lanes of traffic. Only 2 are open, so expect block up. And next on the news, Cardi B shows off culture for the first time. And then after that, and then a man gets shot and killed inside of a bank right in front of everybody. And it's like, what the? Are we serious? So that Cardi B showing culture.
Yeah.
Is right in the middle of these two things. It goes along with this. That flows right for the news. But kids getting picked up on a school bus that turns out to be a human trafficking. That don't show up on the news. You feel me? It maybe showed up, and this is something that really happened, y'all, in Georgia. This is something that really happened in Georgia. Drive by in a school bus, picked up a bunch of kids at their bus stop as they were taking to school and never took them to school. But why we don't know this on the news?
Took them to get trafficked instead.
Yeah, took them to get trafficked instead. But why we don't know this? Yes, it happened in another state. But you gonna tell us what happened in you finna tell me what happened in LA last night when LeBron's son dunked for the first time. But she ain't finna tell me that a whole bunch of kids got picked up on a school bus and haven't been seen again. Then just ain't gonna tell us that. That's just crazy.
It is
crazy. So it's like, y'all, we really need more things to be in the news. We really do. We need more stuff to be in the news, more local stuff to be in the news, more of the national stuff. We don't care if Donald Trump got a new tan face. We don't care if Donald Trump finally stopped playing golf. We don't care if Donald Trump land his helicopter for the 20th time this week in the backyard of the White House. We do not care. Like, give us something. Like,
let's be in the know.
Yeah, let us know what's going on, man. I need to know. Maybe I can help. I probably seen that missing kid with that person that kidnapped them and thought that was just their son or daughter because they didn't report it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, we can help people, y'all. We can help people. And now, let's go ahead and end this episode.
So angry. We're gonna be trying it with my commercial, man. You know I like that commercial.
Y'all, so episode 13. 10, 3. Episode 13. That was 3, right?
Yeah, that was 10,
3. Episode 13, y'all. We made it.
We did.
We hit our 50. Made that.
We did. Thank y'all so much.
Thanks to everybody for the shares. We found out that our shares went up.
Yeah, we got a lot of shares. I was very surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
Our shares went up. Our international views went up.
Yes.
To all our international fans out there listening on the podcast, watching on YouTube, thank y'all so much. Continue to come through and see what we got to say.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Tell your friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish, if y'all can, all the international people that's watching and everything, put in the comments. Like, y'all don't comment. And if y'all do, y'all ain't saying that y'all international, but y'all don't comment. So if y'all comment, put in the comments where y'all from. Put what country y'all from in the comments, and we can shout it out on the on one of the episodes. We'll just shout out where everybody comes. As a matter of fact, forget that. Everybody, our international people and the people here in the United States, put your city and state where you calling from. Where you listening at or watching and listening at. Just put it in the comments. Let us know what about. You know, roll call, y'all. This your boy Miller the One, Miami, Florida. Know what I'm talking about? Q over there, Miami, Florida. Know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm gonna represent Minneapolis to the day I die.
Okay. See,
even my son in Minneapolis.
I don't know about all that. You're a straight Floridian. But before we go, you got anything to say to everybody?
No, just thanks for your support.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
And thanks for watching our episode today. Stay tuned for another. Watch our shorties. I got some friends today, like literally like 3 people texted me and was like, "Oh, I've been meaning to watch it, but they're kind of long and all this." But we got shorties. We got something, a taste for everybody.
Yeah, we got shorts.
And
check
out our podcast. Even if you're working out, working out, in the shower, play a podcast or something. Go to check out our podcasts.
Yep.
You know, you can listen to
Apple.
ways.
You can find
driving
us
to
on
work.
Apple.
I listen to us on the way to work.
Exactly.
Like,
You can find us on Apple. You can find us on Google Podcasts. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Anchor. You can find us almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Y'all
No
can listen to the
excuses.
podcast. You feel me? So
But yeah.
there it is. But y'all to see all the description to everything down there.
Don't
It's down
forget,
there.
loyal infallible ladies. Check it out. You can kiss on your man and it won't come off.
So remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, so you get that thing. So when those shorties come out, when those episodes come out, y'all be the first ones to get it. Feel me?
Yeah.
Y'all go tell y'all friends, yo, look what Miller and Q talking about. Know what I'm talking about? Miller ain't never talking about nothing, and Q over there just showing off her eyebrows. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm
gosh.
saying? But
I do though.
But no, real talk though, y'all. Thanks for the support. We hit 50, y'all. Our next goal is 75. If y'all can help us get there, we'll love that. You know, we appreciate everything. We appreciate all the feedback. We appreciate all the comments. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see y'all next time.
My little one, I'm out.
Q-licious.
We go.
Bye.
Cause my niggas, I stay bulletproof. Bulletproof. Wait, hold on, tell me what got into you. Into you. I search around the room like where you? Where you? Rendo step to me, I'm like who you? Who you? And you can say what you wanna say, but I stay on this shit that's every day. Yeah, cause my nigga,